Hi lovelies, welcome back to UG Update. So guys, let's talk about the Anupama series guys, and we'll be talking about an interesting episode that'll be going down in the Anupama series. And on this episode, Anupama questions Anuj about Adya. Let's find out what went down on this episode. But before I continue to the video, please don't forget that this is still UG Updates. In case if you are yet to subscribe to UG Updates, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Don't also forget guys to give the video a thumbs up. Alright lovelies, let's dive straight into the video. So guys, the episode starts with Anuj playing flute while Anupama looks at him secretly. A song plays in the background, then Anuj turns, but she hides. He sees ILU written on the apples, takes one of the apple and eats it. He stumbles and then she calls Anuj. The flower falls and she catches it. Then Saga looks at Minu on the other side, while Ash comes there and hugs her. Minu asks him to go inside and play, but then Saga asks what they were doing with fingers. Minu then says it is Korean heart, which means I love you, and asks him not to show to any girl. He says then I will be beaten up. Minu then sits in his auto, while Saga asks her not to sit and says he will call some other auto for her. She says she is getting late and asks him to drop her. Saga then says if your mama or brother sees you going in my auto, then they will create a big drama. He says he is a simple man and wants to become a lawyer, and his career will be ruined. He can't fight with rich people being poor. Then Minu asks him not to talk about such things and says everyone is human and equal. Saga imagines Minu and him while the romantic song plays, but suddenly, paper falls on his face and he comes out of his imagination. Minu laughs and asks him to drive fast as she is getting late and there is emergency in the hospital. In another scene, Toshu talks to someone and asks to bet 3 lakhs from his side. Kinja comes there and asks where is he taking so much money. She then asks if he is doing gambling, but Toshu says we have to do such things to stay in high society and says you will not understand. Kinja then tells him that she knows well about high society and asks him to keep back the money and says she will talk to her mom about his money. She then says I begged in front of you to keep the money. Toshu then says I don't want to become Crow Party but Ara Party, millionaire, and I will not become that by joining your mom's coaching center. He asks her to move from his way, but then she asks if he will do wrong for it. He says yes and goes. So back to Saga's scene, Saga talks to Minu and tells that he thought to change his thoughts to enjoy rather than complaining. Then Minu says you are talking like a philosopher. Saga talks about law, while Minu asks him not to take tuition and asks him to say since when he is in Ashapavan. He says he was 10 years old. Then she says you don't have a family. He then says my papa died after my birth and my mother died after few years, and Ma left me at Mama G's place. He says Mama G had a grocery shop and he used to cheat the people. When he is not at his shop, I used to give free stuff to the poor people. Then one day Mama G came to know about it. He had beaten me and thrown me out of the house. And then he says he was doing small jobs to sustain. And then one day, Asha auntie saw him and took him to Asha Pavan and has taken care of his education. Minu feels bad seeing his struggles, but just then, a biker comes suddenly and he puts the brake. Minu gets a slight forehead injury and then he says sorry and cleans her injury using the first aid box in his auto. Minu looks at him, while in the other scene Anupama falls down and calls everyone for help. Anuj comes there and cares for her, and then everyone comes there and looks at them. Anuj gives his hand to her but she couldn't get up. He then lifts her and takes her to the room, while a song plays in the background. He sits at her bedside, where a lady brings ice pack and clothes. He wraps it under the clothes and puts an on Anupama's foot. Then Bala says love shall be like this. While Nandita says they can't see each other in pain. Bala then says this is true love. Nandita then says I lost trust from love, but now I got my trust back. Anuj then tells Anupama that Divika told him that you met with a big accident. Anupama then says that time when you met with an accident, I met with an accident here. I was very happy as if I got all the word, and says Bandeji had given me Radha's locket. She says when you said that you are not coming, I couldn't understand why my Anuj is not coming and didn't know when I reached the road, and then I met with an accident. She says after gaining consciousness, I called you and Adia and called everyone but came to know that you are fine and Adia is in the hostel. She then says that day strength, courage and the bones have broken, and then she says she has a broken hope, but it keeps on breaking again and again. Life changed and my world shattered. She then asks if you are angry that Adia left you because of me, and ask him to say it. She gets down the bed and asks how did Parker and Anchor snatch everything from you. She then says they saw that they found her stuff in the valley. If they had seen his dead body. Then Anuj says leave me, I don't know, stop talking such things. And Pama then asks him to tell and asks him not to go far from him. He goes from there and plays flute, while everyone looks at him. Then Anupama says you have to search for Adia with me. You have to help me. Bala also tells that Anuj is trying to vet out his pain. But Nandita says don't know till when Anuj has to wait. While Anupama continued to cry. Guys, it's quite an emotional episode for Anuj and Anupama, and also Saga and Minu building what they are building. Guys, what do you have to say about the episode and the drama going down? Please drop what you think on the comment section. And as you do that, guys, please don't forget that this is still UG Updates. In case if you are yet to subscribe to UG Updates, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Don't also forget, guys, to give the video a thumbs up. Alright, lovelies, that will be a wrap. Thank you guys for watching up to this point. I really love you guys, and I will see you guys on my next video.